Welcome to the morning show. Hey, to the morning show. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. You know how my Uncle Red Pill rock. We rock like a cutoff stocking with the hole on the side. You know, gotta let that breeze get in. Hey, baby. Hey. For everybody that's driving, you know what we say. This is the morning show. Everybody that driving to your destination, please be safe. Like my Uncle Red Pill always say, baby. Hey, there's somebody somewhere out there who loves you. And it's your family, baby. And we know it's true. Now, listen to me, my people. We got to talk about some things. And of course, we got to give God, for waking us up. This is a fact, though. Listen to me, all my people. We got to talk about some stuff. Baby, it's real out there. It's real out here. Protect yourself at all costs. The Red Hot morning, the Red Hott Newz. We in the building. Good morning, Sanchara Marie Queen. For all my people out there, listen to me. We got to talk about some things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about something that's regarding the milk and cookies. If you know what I'm talking about, we got to bring them to the front of the organization. Every damn thing. When you look at it, baby, it's real. Houston, we have a problem. I got to make it make sense, people. I say, Houston, we got a problem. We got an epidemic going on in Houston, people. If you don't know, they're up 128%. I know, Houston. I know. I'm just saying, I's got to talk about it. We got to bring it to you right now. What you mean, my Uncle Red Pill? 128% of what, baby? Let me just introduce you to my reality. You dig? Welcome to the morning show. This is the Red Hot Newz. I'm gonna drop all the news and the content. We're gonna follow up on things that we talked about previously, so we can actually bring this to a conclusion. Where everybody we all on the same page. I want to keep you informed. Every Monday will be Red Hot Newz. We're going to talk about the hot topics and things that's going on. Like I say, baby, Houston has a hot problem. And it's steaming over there, baby. Hey, what you talking about, Uncle Red Pill? Well, let's just get it cracking. Brace yourself, because it's an epidemic. It's real. Welcome to the morning show, people. Let's go. Let's go.
Alarming health trend impacting a lot of...
Alarming health trend is impacting a lot of people. Outbreak in Houston, syphilis.
Women across our area, syphilis skyrocketing in Houston. Good evening, I'm Keith Garvin.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, the Houston Health Department is calling the sharp rise in cases of the sexually transmitted disease an outbreak. KPRC 2's Andy Sirota live in Sunnyside, where a community meeting was held today about this. Andy?
Danny, Keith, a number of medical directors from some of the community-based health clinics attended that meeting here today at the Sunnyside Health and Multi-Service Center, along with members of the Harris County and Fort Bend County Health Departments. Of all the cases Houston health officials are seeing, it's predominantly women of color who were most impacted. Now,
women of color is most impacted. Did you get it? Did you catch it? Did you hear it? Which means that we're not protecting ourselves the way we should. We're having a lot of unprotected, yeah, baby. Welcome to the morning show. We're not protecting ourselves, and this affects kids too. I want y'all to know that too. If you don't know anything about syphilis, it got a lot to do. It can actually make you blind, fatigue, rashes, organ failure. There's a lot of other things that it can do to you, baby. Hey, I'm just trying to inform you, let you know if you're out here rocking around, baby. Hey, you better tighten up and strap up, because it's a different game, baby. But this is something that you can get rid of. But I just need to let you know it's up 128%. Let's continue.
nationally, there's been an uptick in syphilis cases, and health officials here say in many ways Houston is no different when it comes to what's happening in many major urban areas across the country right now.
As a large urban jurisdiction, we've got to be really aggressive in our response when we see these kinds of cases.
In the urban areas, you heard that? In the urban areas. Yeah. We're not doing what we need to do to protect ourselves from any STDs. We just living free. And free come with consequences. You may get a package deal. Baby, listen, it's not funny, it's sad, but I gotta talk to you like that. Because if you ain't making it make sense in what you're doing, baby, you're risking your life. There's other severe diseases that you can catch. Syphilis is the light one, But the fact that the health department got a problem with it and the doctors talking about it, we have a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Let's make this shit make sense, people. You hear me? Syphilis is serious.
Because we have millions of people who may be at risk.
Since 2016, syphilis cases in women have increased by 128%. New infections rose from 1,845 in 2019 to nearly 3,000 in 2022.
Wow.
Cases involving women who passed the infection onto their baby.
In the urban community, cases that turn, what did he say? That passing on to who? Let's make this shit make sense, people. Come on now. We got to tighten up out here. You're too loose. Everybody won't be free. It comes with a consequence. I keep telling people, baby, there's nothing in life that's free. Everything comes with a consequence. Are you ready? I always say this to everybody. No matter what you do in life, if you're cool with the worst that can happen, do it. But if you ain't cool with the worst that can happen, like catching something like this and other severe diseases that come with it, baby, I suggest you don't do it. You got me? Let's make this shit make sense, people. Because we're risking ourselves in the urban communities. And it's the women. You see? All the hot girl summers and winters and fall and spring. Baby, just hot all over. Red hot news. That boy retarded. Let's continue.
Cases involving women who passed the infection onto their baby during pregnancy soaring from 16 cases in 2016 to 151 in 2021.
Oh my God. 16 cases to 121. Is that correct? Take a look at that. 128% increase since 2016. 1,845 cases in 19 to 2,905 in 2022. 16 in 2016 to 151 in 2021. My people, we are not doing what we need to do to protect ourselves at all. And this is an epidemic because everybody got to talk about it. Hashtag what to say, Margaret Bill, baby boy. Syphilis. I'm trying to tell you, baby. Outbreak. Protect yourself, people. Houston ain't that far from here. Listen to me. Let me say this again, baby. There's more severe consequences that can happen to you. Okay? This is like the light one. But if you don't get it checked, if you don't know, it can grow to be something that you can't reverse. We're going to make this shit make sense. So scrap up or catch the package deal. Welcome to the morning show, people.
2016 to 151 in 2021.
To see the numbers rise in this alarming rate really sounded the alarm for us.
Houston health officials urging pregnant women to seek prenatal care and syphilis testing to protect themselves from an infection that could result in the death of their babies. Untreated syphilis during pregnancy can result in a stillbirth.
We're waiving fees, so we want to encourage folks to come in and get service.
Now, see, that's something I didn't know, my people. That it can actually transfer to a child, and the child can come out to be a stillborn. You see, listen to me. I keep telling you, you got to protect yourself and your child.
Services.
Local health officials say they're seeing a lot of co-infections of HIV with syphilis, along with gonorrhea and chlamydia.
Package deal. Listen, nobody want to talk about this. Everybody want to go out there and be hot girl, hot this, hot that. And fellas too. I ain't talking about no women. I'm talking about the fellas too. You gonna get your dose too. That's for sure. Because you can strap it up too. And ladies need to stop letting situations like this go on in their life. You got to stop it. You got to stop allowing things like this to happen to you, because this can affect you going forward, period. Talking about relationships, well, it's going to be really hard if you got a package deal. So syphilis is coming with HIV. Did you catch it? I hope you heard it. Let me rewind it so we can all be on the same page. You see, you're out here just doing it and everything, but there's consequences for every action that you do. We're going to make this shit make sense, baby. Hey, we got to bring Houston to the front. You got to step on some shit. because everybody laying down with a whole lot of shit. Welcome to the morning show, people. Let's continue.
The health department is working with medical providers and collaborating with its community-based partners to increase awareness of the outbreak and enhance testing and treatment in Houston neighborhoods.
Wow.
Some hot spots that health officials are watching include areas of southwest Houston and some areas up on the north side. Syphilis, we were told, is easily treated with antibiotics. If you have questions about testing, you can call the Houston Health Department hotline. That number is 832-393-5010. Live in Sunnyside tonight, Andy Sirota, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Andy.
Listen to me, my people. We got to start protecting ourselves. That's just not in Houston. Houston is just on they on display right now because this shit done got out of hand. But listen to me. All these viruses and everything. We always put links down there for numbers and people you can call to contact if you actually been, in contact with anything like this here. Unfortunately, there are some, STDs, out here that you cannot get rid of. And that's the worst thing that you really want to get your hands on or get your body on. And everything else too, because if you run about a relationship, then I can tell you right now that baby, people just not honest, and that's the reason why you should protect yourself in the first place. Nobody talks about how what comes with being promiscuous. That part. But you see, there's always a cost for everything you do. Nothing in life is free, and in Houston, the health department saying we got a problem, people. We trying to figure this shit all the way out. You see? So I'm telling you right now, if you're rocking wrong, listen to me. It's on you. Strap up. Make it make sense. Because you never want to lay down for 10 minutes of pleasure for a lifetime of pain. Listen to me, Houston. Listen to me. I want to just break that down to people for those who doing a lot of traveling and rocking around. And that goes for New Orleans too, baby. That goes for every city. It's the urban communities across the globe, which means that we are not being responsible when we act in the way we need to act. When we doing what we need to do. We ain't doing what we should do. Welcome to the morning show, people. And that right there is a problem within itself. What you say? Hashtag package deal. You better know it. What we got here, baby? Urban communities. I know you heard it. Red hot consequences. Listen to me, people. I'm talking to you straight. Nobody don't talk about this because everything is all good. I'm here to tell you it ain't real good. It's not all good. It's a problem. You see? We hear everybody talking about I want to be with this and be with that, and I mess with this, but we don't talk about what comes with it. Having unprotected situations going on in life, right? Leads to these consequences, my people. You see, just the red hot news, baby. It's Monday morning. Good morning, everybody. We got to make this shit make sense for those out there. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself, people, wherever you're at. Don't let that moment of pleasure end in a lifetime of pain. Because in every situation, it's not the same. But in some situations, you might not get away with it. You see, there are some things that you cannot cure. Let's make it make sense. Now, listen to me, my people. For those who have actually been on the live, they know how I'm already up here rocking me rock like a cutoff stocking. I gotta keep it real with you. We put things up here so you can actually see what it is. You say syphilis, what it say spreads person to person. You see, by direct contact, right? With sores. Listen to me, people. All right, you got to understand what this is. This is an infection, okay? And it's real, right? It is real. So, ladies, you got to protect yourself. We got to make this shit make sense. You see? And it can be very cancerous. All right? Listen to me now. It can occur all around the pink, and what? Lips, mouth, syphilis, spread all over. Vaginal. This is real. Pregnant people with syphilis can also transmit this infection to their unborn child. We got to make this shit make sense, people. You see? It's not a game. You know what I'm saying? And many refer to syphilis as what? The great what? Pretender. Listen to me, my people. This is what we're doing. This is how we're living. We got to talk about the things that can help our people become better people. You know what I'm saying? And spreading viruses and diseases. That ain't what we going to do. I need people out here to protect themselves to stop that, because a lot of people is embarrassed, right? And you don't know where they've been at and who they've been with. And I suggest you protect yourself no matter what they say, because if you get the package deal, that one don't go away. Welcome to the morning show, my people. You hear me? Listen to me. We got to make it make sense, people. And if it ain't making sense when you got to do something like that, I suggest you don't do it, because there's consequences. What it is, the red hot consequences. We got to make this shit make sense, people. It's real. Now, listen to me. For those who actually been following me on the live, you know, we've been doing a lot of news every month. Every Monday, like I said, it's going to be news. We're going to talk about Miss Fannie Willis in Atlanta. Yeah. That situation got hectic, too. I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to give you something that we all can bind with, and you can get your opinion so you can see how the bad behavior translates in the courtroom. You see, some things you just got to do is just answer the question. But it's kind of hard and difficult when you want to be right in life. And so now what I want to show you is the follow-up, because they put her on trial. They put her on a stand. Now she got to talk about what she did and didn't do. And this here is some funny shit. Welcome to the morning show, my people. Pay attention. Let's ride.
You can actually answer without having to.
He said some questions you can actually answer. This is the courtroom. This is Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County. You hear me? People.
Explain, okay?
Yes, sir. My comprehension skills are pretty good, so we should do all right.
We shall soon see. If I heard you correctly, you moved into what I will refer to as the Yurti condo in either March or April of 2021. Is that correct?
Sometime between late February and April. Yes, I don't. Just so we're clear, yes. But in that time period, you're in the ballpark. We're in the ballpark.
And is that Yurti condo, would you say that it is in Hapeville?
It is in Hapeville, yes, sir.
And you moved in there for safety reasons?
My father, yes, I moved in there. We were concerned. My father was terribly concerned about me continuing to live at the house. And so that we're clear, people came to my house at 5 o'clock in the morning about the police brutality cases, saying I was going to have a wake-up call. There were security threats due to gang cases, and there were concerns due to that was at the very beginning of this, looking into that. And so for all of those reasons and what was happening, my father wanted me out the house, and begrudgingly I left.
Okay, so the answer to the question was yes, for safety reasons, correct?
Those were all of the things that caused the safety concerns. I'm sorry.
I'm not questioning whether they are or are not safety concerns. I just asked that you moved into this condo, the RT condo,
right,
for safety reasons, right?
Yes.
Okay. At the time that you moved into the condo, be it from February to April of 2021,
yes,
was your father still living in your house?
Right, because my father...
That's all I ask you.
But I get to explain the answer, sir.
I don't know if there's an explanation. If I ask you, was your father still living at your house, the answer is either he was or he wasn't.
Yes, but you are going to get to argue at the end of this, as we both know.
I'm not going to argue anything. I'm going to ask.
To be able to explain why.
I'm going to.
So yes, because my father is an older gentleman, he was worried about COVID and he stayed.
Ms. Willis, I'm going to have to say that.
My people, can't you just answer the damn question? I just want to know. Can you answer the question directly? Listen to me, people. It ain't got to be that hard, you know? Yes or no? Was it safe? Was it not?
Second time. Whenever we have to put a pause, we stop testifying, okay? You don't have a chance to explain yourself. The question was whether your father was not staying there at the time, and...
Now, why the judge got to keep on? See this right here, my people. Listen to me. Wait, hold on. Got to make this shit make sense. I just want to ask a question. And the question is that hard? The judge got to repeat what the attorney's saying to you, and you the DA. Let's make this shit make sense, people. Right? If you're feeling some type of way, you should never put yourself in that situation in the first place. Welcome to the morning show, boy. Yeah, we here in court making a foolery out of Fulton County court system. Yes, this is what we're doing.
You're clarifying that in your answer as well. You can have a brief clarification, but it shouldn't be something that reaches well beyond the question. All right, Mr. Sadao, you can re-ask the question. We'll see where it takes us.
In other words, yes or no. Man, make this shit make sense. If it's that hard just to answer, Your Honor, in the courtroom, in the judicial system, can you imagine how hard it is to get a yes or no out of a person with the person that will actually be in a relationship with this woman? Listen to me, my people, right? Listen, for those who don't know what's going on, let me explain something to you right now, right? She cheated. Oh, my bad. Let me take that back. Right. She was involved in a romantic relationship, okay, with a married man. You got that? Yes. And used funds to pay him. So now we see what's really going on. They took trips to the Bahamas, Miami, Florida, cruises, all over. But yes, she got an attitude for her bad behavior. See, I keep telling you, bro. 2024, baby. Exposure culture. Ain't it really?
Okay, thank you. Was your father still living in your house at the time you moved to what I would refer to as a Yurti condo?
Yes, sir, he was, due to his concerns related to COVID.
Okay. The safety concern was that there was potential danger at your house. Is that correct?
Yes, my address had been exposed, so yes, there was concerns about potential danger at my house.
Okay, so anyone staying at your house in the time period after you went to the Yurti condo was still in danger, correct?
Yeah, what? No, he did.
I think you have to, it's your attorney, Ms. Willis. Sorry, Mr. Bott, your objection is speculation.
Yes.
To the question of
Speculation.
whether someone was still in danger at her condo.
Just let her answer the question.
Or Mr. Sadon wants to rephrase.
No,
I'm not sure.
I was able to understand it.
I've got the objection, and then I have.
I'll withdraw the objection. You can move forward.
Okay.
So, and I don't remember the question, so I can answer it.
Well, you can now that the objection's been withdrawn. Can you try to answer that question?
Yes.
There's still a safety concern for people staying at the house.
Yes or no?
I was very concerned about my father still living at the house. However, if you have dealt with an older gentleman, he was not leaving the house, despite my urging him that I thought he should leave as well.
Did the judge not tell her just answer the damn question? Yes or no? Listen to me. Hashtag yes or no. Hashtag family with us. Red hot problems. We gotta keep it real. Because she try to keep giving you this explanation as if the situation gonna change. It doesn't matter. Yes or no. Man, these people is in the court system and they don't know the rules. And you expect people who are just law-abiding citizens just to follow the rules when you got the DA who can't even answer a question? Make it make sense, people. What? Welcome to the morning show.
He did not want to leave the house because he was particularly worried at his age about
Still
COVID.
explaining.
But that became, I don't want to say, I was not happy with that decision of my father's, but I can't ultimately make him leave. And he stayed there too long, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you. During that.
He never asked you for your opinion. This is what I'm saying, bro. You gave all that for what? Yes or no, man? Listen to me. What I'm showing you, what I'm showing you, baby, that this situation here is this person's identity. Listen to me, okay? Can you imagine this person being married and in a relationship with somebody? She had to be the side chick. She had to be the other woman. Listen to me. You can never be the main woman. See, this woman deserves a turn, not a turn. You see? This is why she's 57 years old by herself. We can't even talk to you. The courtroom can't talk to you. And they applaud you. Look, make this shit make sense. How you think this woman will be in a relationship with somebody who really want to be there? That explains why she's single. Or should I say available? People. What? A turn. Not turn. You see? I want everybody to understand why they're coming at her. Because at the end of the day, this is still a woman who was messing with a married man. We didn't talk about that, huh? Yeah, we're gonna make sure we keep saying that part.
Period that you left to go to the Yerty condo, did any of your children stay at your house?
So I don't think that they were there at that point. Certainly my baby wasn't there.
I'm talking about this entire period. We're talking about, if I remember correctly, and you'll correct me, I'm sure, you said that you stayed there at what I would call the Yerty condo until January of 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm asking you in that period, which would be February to April of 2021 until January of 22, did any of your children stay at your house?
And you don't have to yell at me. I'm able to understand. So I would ask you to not yell at me. That be.
Oh my God. This shit here. You're not answering a damn question. You're making it so hard. Yes or no? And you already got it on record. This is actually a police question. What I mean, Marguerite, about police questions? I already got the answer. I just want you to tell it in front of the court. Can you do it? Can you answer the question? Yes or no? That part, Federalist. Turn. The behavior just on display. This shit don't make no sense.
Being said, I don't actually expressly remember, but I can tell you, since I have left my home, there have been times my oldest daughter came in. But I can't tell you with certainty the time window that you've said, if they did or not. And so I don't want to speculate to that, but there was some time that my oldest daughter came back. Whether it was that period or after I left the Yerty residence, I'm not sure, okay?
Okay, so if I continue to go into more detail on this, you're not going to be able to give me an answer of whether or not, in fact, any of your children were still at.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You already see where this is going. The judge have to keep talking to her. She can't answer questions straight. I just don't understand what we're going on. See, this is the display of bad behavior right here. And this is what we got to go in the courtroom to? Really? Baby, you should have never messed with Trump, love. Baby, you made a bad move. This is chess, not checkers.
The house or stayed at your house during that time period, correct?
What I can give you clarity of, so that we are clear, is from the time I moved out in February-ish of 2021, after I left there was a time period that my oldest daughter came back. But if you're asking me, was it in that window or after, I just don't have a recollection of that.
Let me guess, you don't know.
Because, you know, your kids come and they go. And so I don't remember the specific time period, and I apologize.
You don't remember nothing.
Did your children ever stay with you at the Yerty condo?
Like maybe a night. Like for a girls' night or something, but live with, no.
Okay. Did anyone else stay with you at the Yerty condo, including Miss Yerty?
Never. Miss Yerty never lived in the condo. She met her husband, and they moved. They weren't quite married, but they moved. Nobody ever lived with me in the condo. That was
my word was stay, not lived. Stayed with you at the condo.
I guess I don't understand the distinction, but no one ever. I think my baby, my oldest child, I think she spent one night with me. Maybe my oldest and my youngest. But I think that whole time I was in that place, other than that one night, I don't think anyone ever, this was a very lonely period in my life. I don't think anyone ever spent the night other than maybe one night. I remember a picture of my baby sitting on the couch in that place, and I'm thinking she spent that night.
People.
But just a very lonely time in life.
Okay. We'll stay with the.
You see, let me explain something to y'all out here. I see my people in that live, baby. We got to make this shit make sense. Y'all tap in. Let me know you're here, baby. Just say hi. You feel me? Let me break this down for y'all on this video, right? You see, what I see in this video is a woman who's trying to deflect, right? Give explanation for bad behavior. It doesn't really matter. You did it. Let me tell you what we do know, right? You was with a married man, right? Taking cruises and everything else. See, that's the facts. You see? And you're sitting up here getting aggravated and agitated, but you put yourself in this situation. We got to make this shit make sense. See, this is what happens when bad behavior go undone, go unaccounted for. It keeps becoming a bigger problem, right? You put yourself in this situation, messing with a married man and giving away those funds. That wasn't for you to give away. And then you went after Donald Trump. And that's the bad deal. Right, wrong, and different. You ain't got to agree with my Uncle Red Pill. I'm telling you right now. Answer the question because you put yourself there. Like I said in the last video, my people, if you ain't cool with the worst that can happen, I suggest you don't do it. And if you is, you do it. But if you ain't, leave it alone. But everybody want everything to be what they want it to be when they want it to be. And that don't work out like that. You're looking crazy up there right now because you did this to yourself. You see? Talking about don't holler at me. Answer the question. This is the reason why this woman is a single woman. Y'all listen to me. This behavior you see right here, it don't change inside the home. This is why I'm bringing this up. It doesn't really matter. When it's part of you, it's who you are. That's what it is. A title, a job, a dollar, a place, a person. It doesn't really matter. That's who you is. This is pathetic. For real.
Lonely theme just for a minute. Did Nathan Wade visit you at the Yerty condo from the time you moved in until he was hired on November the 1st of 2021?
So I moved out of that condo, but during that time period, I'm sure he came to visit. He came to visit. I can remember us going, I think the restaurant's looking.
A married man came to visit you. Let's make sure we make that shit make sense.
Split. I can remember him picking me up, going to Lickety Split and ordering some food and coming and sitting at my table and eating. So I remember times that he visited me at that condo. Yeah.
Because you give us an approximation of how many times Mr. Wade visited you at the
Now you know she ain't gonna give you that shit. You see?
Condo between the time you moved in and prior to November 1 of 2020.
I don't think often, but I don't want to speculate.
Can we say
Bang.
More than 5, more than 10?
I'm going to tell you the problem I'm having here. Let's say more than 10, but I'm not sure that that's even accurate.
He been over there a lot. Let's just stop the bullshit, right? Them people want to know what they want to know. Stop trying to invade these questions, all right? Answer the question. What we say, hashtag, yes or no? God damn, how many times?
He certainly has come and picked me up, gone to grab some food to eat. I don't remember him being in that condo a lot.
Okay, that's
I'm sorry. You want a number, and what I don't want to do.
Giving me your current and best recollection is all I'm asking for.
That's all I can give you, sir.
How many times did any of the prosecution team, how many times did Anna Cross come to that condo?
In other words, what he trying to say is, was he the only one that came over there all them times? That way there I know what you were doing the majority of them times. Welcome to the morning show with a married man. I'm going to keep saying it because they're not saying it. I am. Baby, we got to make this shit make sense. And it is.
Between the time you moved in and November 1st of 2021.
I don't think Anna's ever been to that condo.
What about any other prosecutor that's involved in the prosecution of this case?
I don't think any of them have.
Just Mr. Wade?
That's correct, sir.
Her secret lover.
But it was a lonely time.
Oh my God, that 2021, I have a lot of guilt about this time period in my life. Let me tell you why. But yes, it was a lonely time.
Okay.
I was very appreciative to the citizens for giving me this responsibility and this duty.
And yet, you did this. Listen to me, people. People who act, we always talk about the bees. It doesn't matter who you are. How far up the tree you are. Behavior and beliefs. What you mean, Margaret? Beliefs. You believe you can do anything you want to do because you got power. But there's consequences for that also. That's why you're sitting in a hot chair, asking the people asking you all these questions about what it is and what it ain't, and you and your feelings. If you take the time out to take a step back and process your life and make better decisions, you wouldn't even be in this courtroom at all. Hashtag bad decisions.
But what I very, very quickly learned is that this is a very isolating job, and 2021 was a lonely time. I turned 50 in 2021. That's probably one of the worst birthdays I've ever had. I spent it alone. So I have a clear recollection of 2021 being lonely.
Okay. Did Mr. Wade ever visit you at the condo, the time period I'm talking about, prior to November of 2021, when Ms. Yerty was at the condo?
So Miss Yerty and me, we didn't share the condo at the same time.
So the answer would be no.
But we never stayed there together, so it's an impossibility.
It's an impossibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Miss Yerty, because we need to get clarification on this. Miss Yerty stayed in that place. There may have been a time that me and Mr. Wade visited, like went and saw Miss Yerty, but me and Miss Yerty never lived there together. Just so we're clear.
Well, maybe that was clear, but I'm going to have to try again.
Okay.
Was Miss Yerty still living in the condo when you moved in?
Not a day.
Okay. So what I'm
That was
talking.
another misrepresentation in this. We never lived together. I never lived with Miss Yerty.
My question, though, I'm trying to understand
Okay.
that after you moved in to the condo, Miss Yerty she was out of the condo, right?
She got a house.
That's all I'm asking. She's not in the condo.
She is. We
Yes
never
or no?
stayed. Miss Yerty and I never stayed a day together in the condo. All of her stuff was out of the condo, and all my stuff, some of my stuff, not all of it.
And it's a prime example of the need to be right. You just got to say something. Yes or no. Make it so difficult.
It obviously was moved into the condo, so we never stayed there together. No, sir.
All right. So when I asked you about Mr. Wade visiting the condo when you were staying there,
Yes,
Miss Yerty wasn't staying there, correct?
that would be correct. Yes.
She wouldn't be at the condo, correct?
No, she would not have been.
It would be you and Mr. Wade alone at the condo, correct?
Yes.
That's
That
it.
is, there weren't any other witnesses to Mr. Wade and you at the condo, correct?
Yes.
No security, none of your security detail.
An object. She said it was just her and Mr. Wade.
You made your point, Mr. Sadow. Let's move on to the next one.
Listen to my people. You know why I played that video? I want you to understand, right? It ain't got nothing to do with the title, the money, or nothing you do in society. Bad behavior, it just range. It's the person itself. You see? Getting money don't change the person. It allows you to see the person in a different light. What do you mean, Marguerite Pill? You just see it more clear on display at a higher level. But that person is still the same person, right? So let me ask you this question, my people. You think that woman is a good woman who can cooperate with a man? Yes. What you think? You think that's possible? Right? Uh-huh. See? This is what we talking about. These behaviors, bad behaviors, and beliefs. This gonna haunt everybody who trying to always get over. There's something that's called karma. It's gonna always come back, knocking at your door. And you got the answer. This situation should have never even transpired, people. That's the point why I'm showing you this, right? You put yourself in situations, like you put yourself in situations in relationships, right? And wonder why they don't work out. You knew from the start when you started messing with a married man that it was a bad idea. Welcome to the morning show, boy. Yet, it was a lonely time. Is that so? Let's make it make sense, my people. You see? We got to keep it 100, baby. Fannie Willis? Ooh, child. Turn factor. Let's continue. Now, listen to me, my people. I want to talk about something else with y'all. You know, I try to break down something to y'all for those who actually been following me on these Mondays. You hear me? We had a shooting that happened in the church. All right? And it was out in the news as if it was a woman. It is a woman. That's what they say. It's a woman. It's a woman shooter. Uh-huh. Joel Osteen Church. Uh-huh. Let's play it.
Information about that deadly shooting at Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston.
Deadly shooting in Joel Osteen Church. Where? In Houston. Did he say Houston? Houston, we got another problem, baby. What did he say? He said Houston?
Mega church in Houston. We're seeing new
What?
video showing the.
We got an epidemic going on with syphilis. All right? We got people running into the church, a woman running into the church. So they say. Opening the fire. While all the members is in the church. Y'all, we got to make this shit make sense. What's going on with Houston?
Osteen's mega church in Houston. We're seeing new video showing the chaos Sunday as the shots rang out. Police say the shooter was a 36-year-old woman with a history of mental illness.
36-year-old woman. 36-year-old woman with a history of mental illness. You hear me? With a history of mental illness. You got that? I'm just saying. All right, let's continue.
Who had attended the church in the past year. Omar Villafranca has the latest.
Investigators are
Look at them shots rang out.
sifting through chilling new videos like this, showing panicked churchgoers in one of the country's largest houses of worship. With her son by her side,
Now pause, my people. Take a look at this woman. People, drum roll. That ain't no goddamn woman. That's a transgender. You got that? Giving women a bad reputation. Women didn't do this. That was a man, boy. That was a boy, Damien. It's a boy, Damien. Listen to me, people. We got to stop the craziness. I don't care what you do with yourself, what you is. The way you was born is what you are. That's a fact, though. You got that? Listen to me, my people. We got to make this shit make sense. We got to stop giving women charges when it ain't no woman who committed this crime. This was a man. It was a boy, damn it. But they steady keep saying a woman. What have we come to today? People, this is crazy. Houston got another problem. We got an outbreak of syphilis. And then we got the news calling men women and giving women credit for something they didn't do. We got to make this shit make sense, people. What are we doing? Welcome to the morning show.
police say 36-year-old Genesee Moreno walked into the megachurch carrying an AR-style rifle when she was confronted by off-duty officers.
When she was confronted, it wasn't no she. That's a man.
Working security, she opened fire.
They were repetitive. Boom, 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 boom.
The sound sent the congregation scrambling as security returned fire, killing the shooter.
If it weren't for them, the number of casualties and victims would have been much higher. There is no doubt.
The shooter's son appeared to be caught in the crossfire.
And in this situation, because I brought this up to y'all before on a previous live. Good morning, Chishika, baby. I brought this up to y'all on a previous live. All right? About this shooter. They said it was a female shooter that went into the church and opened fire. Female shooter. Transgender shooter. That is a boy, Damon. You got that? Welcome to the morning show. What are we doing? Saying people are something and what they're not. Listen to me. Whatever you want to be in life, that's okay. I don't have a problem with nothing you want to do. But the news, you got to call it right. Because see, now you got to the point where they're stopping at this the sex on your driver's license. The way you was born, Damon. That's what you are. You see? Just because you want to be what you want to be, that's okay. I'm not wrong. Don't got a problem. It's your life. But wait a minute. We're not going to give women credit for something they didn't do. Welcome to the morning show. This is a boy, Damon. You got that? Which is in Chico. What the? Yes. What have we come to today? This is crazy. And instead of saying the female, no, it's not.
The boy remains hospitalized in critical condition.
You heard it, huh? The boy remained. Hey, baby, they better start talking. And he brought his son with him to do this job to the church. You got that? Yes. Pay attention.
A 57-year-old man who was also struck has been released from the hospital. While investigators zero in on a motive, they revealed yesterday one of the shooter's guns had a sticker reading Palestine on it. They also found anti-Semitic writings, but say they believe these may be related to a dispute with her ex-husband's family.
There was a familial dispute, and some of those individuals are Jewish.
Officials said the shooter has a history of mental illness and was arrested at least 6 times, including a weapons charge. Our CBS affiliate, KHOU, spoke to the shooter's mother-in-law, who says there were so many warning signs.
She was violent many times.
She wasn't violent, he was violent.
We've asked for help from police and received it many times, but she was still allowed to own guns.
For CBS Mornings, Omar Villafranca in Texas.
You see my problem with this also, my people? We keep talking about these gun control laws. I'm going to talk about this shit right now. Let's get this out the way, baby. Hey, transgender shooter. That's what you are. That's a boy, damn it. That's not a woman. Welcome to the morning show. We are not going to play this game. How you was born is what you are. I don't care about nothing else. You can be whatever you want to be. And I don't have a problem with you. You got that? But when the news reporting something that ain't true, because they run about how people feel versus what they really are, we have a problem. You got that? That was not no woman. That was a man who brought his son down, and the child got hit too. We got to make this shit make sense. What you say, Central baby? Hey, which prison did the shooter go to? Male or female? Just asking. You know what? That's a good question. I promise you, Central baby. Hey, I'm going to follow up on that. Let's see where they place him. She at. He at. I'm just saying. Listen to me, my people. We got to call a spade a spade. It is not a club. Welcome to the party show, people. It's not a club, baby. It's a spade. What we doing? Boy, the lies we tell. Listen to me, people. We have gotten to a place in society today, boy, baby. And what I'm about to show you next is going to be very much disturbing because we got to know where our future is going, and we don't really have a clue. But I can tell you this. It's about to get worse for us with inflation and a whole lot of other things because these banks and the property of commercial owners, they are bailing, they're folding on their loans. Defaulting on their loans. Yes, we got to talk about it. And that alone going to cause us our biggest crisis. People, please pay attention to this because this is our future.
Collapse. That's not me saying that. That's economists and analysts that I trust very worried about what's coming in the next 37 days from now. These are
37 days from now. Pay attention, people.
Major changes to the United States dollar and a crash that could change everything. And I mean everything. China knows it, by the way, and they're playing the Biden administration like a fiddle right now. We have a lot of news items that I want to get to, and I think you need to pay attention to if you're an investor. But it's no wonder the West is actively planning to go to war with China, doing everything it can to stop China's economic moves. So we're going to get to these big dollar changes here in just a moment and the undeniable trouble that the U.S. economy is in. But first, the military.
Undeniable trouble the U.S. economy is in. Undeniable. So my people out there who going through some hard times, losing your job, like FedEx laid off 12,000 people, Google laying off thousands of people. Listen to me, you got to hold on, baby. My Uncle Ray Pill let you know what this is. If you don't know what it is, I'm telling you right now, this is the reset.
Stuff, the war footing, the chest beating stuff. Over the past few days, China has moved more warships and assets into the South China Sea. Their intentions about invading Taiwan are clear. We are getting very close to that moment. Then the United States stationed U.S. Special Forces on China's border in the past few days. You can't make this up. Former U.S. Marine and former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter just told me this is a clear provocation, and it's incredibly stupid on the part of the Biden regime.
Listen to me, 37 days the American dollar, you're going to see it take a hit, baby. It's coming. Brace yourself, people. We are not out of this.
It's stupidity in the extreme. And the Chinese know the trajectory that they're on. They're on a trajectory of getting Taiwan back and having a couple dozen American special forces on an island that literally can be obliterated in a moment. One missile, I'm not talking about nuclear, just one missile on that island kills everybody. So it's stupid. It accomplishes nothing. It's America being dumb again. That's all we can do is be dumb.
So this is all kabuki theater, window dressing for what's really going on here. China's markets just lost $7 trillion in value, $7 trillion. And China's real estate situation is devastating, and more than just Evergrande is in deep trouble.
Every single property developer in China that's public or listed is in default, bankruptcy today.
So it sounds terrible for China, but China, by the way, has the upper hand. And it will be even worse for the United States with rampant inflation. China is aiming for the yuan to be the reserve currency of the world, and they know that U.S. inflation is crushing Americans right now. I mean, just look at Biden's poll numbers.
Yeah, I mean, from the president's standpoint, certainly it's concerning to be behind Donald Trump at all, certainly by 5 points. That's the largest lead Trump's ever had over Biden in our polling.
Why? Because Americans are paying more for everything. The value of the U.S. dollar is not what it used to be. Vladimir Putin, in a speech last week in an interview with Tucker Carlson, pointed out that they didn't even used to trade in yuan. They didn't even used to settle transactions in rubles and yuan with China. Now they do.
See that? The American dollar, people. This is not going to shake back the same way. I need y'all to clearly understand what my Uncle Red Pill talking about. See, when other companies and countries, when other countries start trading in different currencies, then the number one currency, which was the American dollar, then that value of that dollar going to decrease drastically. You see? So what a dollar is worth today, in 37 to 40 days, somewhere around that, you going to see exactly what it's going to be worth. But I can assure you, what are the loans and an inflation that's being defaulted on? People losing their homes, insurance rates is high. I'm telling you now, this is a bad deal. This is not like what we faced before. And you're about to see those numbers. Brace yourself, it's coming. Let's continue.
Thanks to what Biden has done.
Look at what is going on in the world. Even the United States allies are now downsizing their dollar reserves. Seeing this, everyone starts looking for ways to protect themselves. What did we have here? Until 2022, about 80% of Russian foreign trade transactions were made in US dollars and euros. US dollars accounted for approximately 50% of our transactions with
50% of their transactions.
Countries. Well, currently it is down to 13%. It wasn't us who banned the use of the US dollar. It was decision of the United States to restrict our transactions in US dollars.
So China just launched a massive injection of stimulus into its economy, and that's terrible news for the US dollar. Why? Well, investors love cheap stocks, and they love countries that artificially prop up those stocks with stimulus, which is exactly what China is doing.
Which means that's going to hurt the American dollar. You see? China playing the long game. The U.S. trying to play the short.
Now, remember, during our stimulus heyday, Wall Street made billions of dollars. The 1% got richer, while you guys got screwed. So investors right now are dumping the United States and instead buying up the very cheap Chinese stocks.
See? They're already running away from the American dollar. We got to make it make sense, people. This is a big deal. Nobody's talking about it, but it's real. The Red Hot News, baby. Welcome to the Morning Show.
The Fed panics, has to slash rates even more. That doesn't project confidence in the United States economy, which is now $34 trillion in debt. Jerome Powell was asked about this, and he said last week that the United States debt is unsustainable. When something, by the way, is unsustainable, that means it collapses. But in 37 days at the Fed's March 20th meeting, we will have our response to China. They are stimulating their currency, and we are forced to devalue our currency.
Wow. Listen to me, people. Did you hear it? They're stimulating their currency, and we're going to be forced to devalue ours. Why? For one of the main reasons we're going to have problems over here, I'm here to tell you right now. We outsource too much to other countries. Listen to me, my people. We're going to play it again.
But in 37 days at the Fed's March 20th meeting, we will have our response to China. They are stimulating their currency, and we are forced to devalue our currency, and our dollar will be unrecognizable. Wow. Because China is just one piece of this puzzle. But see, Jerome Powell's hands are tied behind his back because of the United States commercial real estate collapse that's on the verge of happening. Not the residential real estate.
See what I told you? It's not residential, baby. They're going to struggle too, because if the top hurting, the bottom hurt. You see? You see how I go? It's the commercial where the big bucks at. They're defaulting on them loans, like I told you.
Real estate, that's doing fine. And I think prices are going to go up. No, commercial real estate, office buildings, which are vacant. And now that is tied to small local regional banks. I don't know if you know what's been happening right now. And I don't know if you know what's been happening over the past week. But these regional banks have these loans with these commercial real estate buyers, and they are walking away from their mortgages.
Look at that. Billionaire CEO sees $1 trillion in commercial real estate defaults coming for very, very ugly market over the next 2 years. People, this is not a joke. We in trouble.
It's defaulting. That means many of these regional banks are about to go under if interest rates don't come down fast. Because many of these real estate owners had 5-year adjustable rate mortgages, and there's no way they want to refinance from 3% up to 6 or 7%.
So what they do? Default on a loan. I can't pay it. I'm done. You see? You see? Why would I sign up for something higher to give you more when I got the same thing and I don't get more? I pay more and I receive less. What you mean? The same. In my mind, that's less. If I got to give you more than what I'm paying already, and I can just default on that loan, I ain't got to pay nobody nothing and let them figure it out. The American dollar is at war.
Or even higher. So they need these interest rates to come down fast. But guys, here's the real story. Here's the rub. If inflation goes up thanks to what China is doing with their stimulus, then Powell won't be able to slash interest rates at this March 20th meeting, as we expect him to do. Instead, do the opposite. Pull the rug out from the economy. We are facing a crash like never before. Interest rates go back up. Are you crazy? All of these commercial banks are going to experience catastrophic default on commercial real estate loans.
It's going to take us under.
And each of these banks will start to topple one by one. Mark my words.
Domino
Remember 2008?
effect.
That'll be like peanuts compared to the amount of loans out there right now. I mean, just take a look at your
Pay attention to this, y'all. You need to see it.
screen. The collateralized debt obligation in 2000.
Listen to me. Do you see that? Do y'all see that? The collateralized debt obligation, CDO, market was at $400 billion. You got that? When it collapsed in 2008, my people, 2024, do you see it? The market is at what? 1.2 trillion dollars. This is a different game, people. We not coming out this in the same way. We about to see the reset take its course. And the American dollar is in trouble. Because the movement, the powers, the dollar is our power. That's our strength. And other countries start trading in their own currency. We got a bigger problem, people. Listen to me. Stay informed.
2008 was $400 billion before it collapsed. Right now, $1.5 trillion. Do you remember? They made a whole movie about it called The Big Short. Remember this scene when Steve Carell's character asks the guy about these debts and if he's worried about these defaults, and he demurs and says, nah, I'm not on the hook for them. Yeah, we know what happened. I'd show you the clip, but we'd get a copyright takedown, so I can't. But you know the scene. So who will be on the hook when these collapses happen again? No matter how you slice it, the United States dollar that you're holding in your hand right now will look unrecognizable in the next few weeks.
Unrecognizable because other countries is putting money into their communities. stimulus packages. And that's not in American dollars. That's in their currency. You got that? We in trouble, people.
So that's the news update part of today's video. Now I want to tell you about today's sponsor, which is tied directly with what...
Listen to me, people. I got to make this shit make sense. We got to make it make sense. Listen to me, people. I'm going to go ahead and close from there. This is the Red Hot News. We got to give you news. This is what we're doing. My people, listen to me. All right? We got to make this make sense. Our world today that we know of. This is my final thoughts, my people. Let me give it to you right here. I thank everybody for coming out, baby. I know this is new, but tomorrow we're going to crank it up on some other stuff that you really love. But we got to always stay in tune with what's really going on. Because we got to know where we're going at before we get there. And the only way to do that is to pay attention to what's going on before you be a little bit too late to the party. Welcome to the morning show, my people. Let me give you my final thoughts. Listen, my people. We got a lot of crazy chaos going on in society today. Okay? We do. We do. We got male shooters being labeled females. And that's not true. We got women getting the reputation of somebody or something else, the opposite sex. And they didn't do it. We got the news repeating things that don't even make no sense. And then we got people who play games with the court system. Fannie Willis. Let's give her a round of applause, people. We got to make this shit make sense, my people. All right? Bad behavior, it's not sometimes. It's not a light switch. It becomes who you are as a person. No matter if you're on trial in the courtroom, testifying, it still exists. We ask ourselves a lot of questions in society today. Why are we where we at today? I'm here to tell you right now, for the most part, we put ourselves in these situations. Like I always say, if you ain't cool with the worst that can happen, don't do it. But if you is, make it happen. But most people is not. So I suggest you stand down. Welcome to the morning show, my people. But you can't get mad. When you chose to make a decision, it's your choice to do things. So with every choice comes with consequences. Miss Fannie Willis, you're getting yours. A married man should have been on target, but yet he wasn't. Now you're mad at the world because you got to be on trial for looking like this. Why? We know why. You went after Donald Trump. See, it was all cool when you laid it there and hit them rap artists with them RICO charges. You see? But you didn't RICO the wrong one. Welcome to the morning show, people. You see? Listen to me. Power doesn't make you a good person. Power don't have nothing to do with your decisions. Who you are as a person, that's where that comes from. Something like character, having integrity. That's what I'm talking about, my people. Welcome to the morning show. You see? And on top of that, for everybody who's still on alive, I want to say this to you. The days to come gonna get a whole lot harder, my people. It is. So hold on. Like one would say, to God's unchanging hand. Because there gonna be some things that's changing. That's out of our control. The American dollar that you know of today, my people, will not be the same. You're already seeing it happen right now with inflation. $100 don't get you nowhere today. A basket full of what? Shit. What we doing, my people? In Houston, I'm going to top it all. I'm going to finish with this. Y'all have a problem. You got that? Listen to me. Protect yourself. Sexual transmitted diseases is real. We don't talk about that no more because that's not a great topic. I get it. I understand. But I just want people to know out there, young men and young women, it exists. They are all going to the doctor. You got that? Welcome to the morning show. There's an epidemic. Syphilis with Houston. They're giving you the package there. 2 for 1. It's coming with HIV. You better know it. I'm not lying. I just showed you. This is the fact, though, like my boy Antoine said. You see? We got to start being accountable people for our actions. because the consequences don't really care about how you feel. They for everybody when you think you above them. Welcome to the morning show. Listen to me, everybody. Thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate you. Santrell and everybody who came on the live. Tashiko, my baby girl, said, what you say, Tashiko? What the what? And this is our life today. Thank everybody for coming on the live, man. Go over to subscribe to YouTube, Rumble. You know what it is, man. Holla at your piece, man. We on all platforms. Subscribe to Margaret Pill on all platforms, baby. TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, X, Rumble, YouTube, man. We rocking. I'm dropping content every day, man. If you like the content, please put a heart by. I do this for y'all. Why? Because we're in it together. We got a lot of work that's going to get done. And we got a lot of stories we're going to talk about. Because in our time that we know of today, it won't be that way in 37 days. My people, the American dollar is under attack. I need you to buckle down. Work together. Because if you look at the people that's on top, Asians, why they on top, my Uncle Red Pill? They do something what a lot of people don't do. They stick together. They live together. They work together. They hide together. They stay together. And everybody who want to be individualized, you're going to fall in this time. This is the time of reckoning. It's happening right in front of your eyes. My Uncle Red Pill let you know the red hot news. It ain't going away. So if it don't change bad behavior in your beliefs, you're going to be left behind. Thank everybody for coming out to the live. I appreciate you so much. Like my Uncle Red Pill said, I'll be back. I'll be back. I tell you, I'll be back. Send me them posts. Send me everything, baby. But I'll be back. You know why? Because the work ain't done, baby. Welcome to the morning show, baby.